I hope you enjoyed this first week of the hands-on MOOC. We are very glad that you participated, giving comments and sharing your dreams and also creating your design studio journals. The goal for today is to go a little bit over this week's activities and also cover some of the issues that were arising during this week. So when Davinia from the UPF will join us, she will tell us a little bit about the ILD. And first we're going to start covering some issues and some questions that have arisen in the forums. I don't know, Isha, if you want to comment first on the peer feedback.
I thought maybe we should start with the overview of the week.
Okay, I'll go.
You want to try to run that nice video?
Oh yes, sure. Let's try and see if it works. Can you play the video, Mireia? So we have made a little summary of this week's activities in a short video. No? We will have to embed it into the Moodle. It doesn't seem to be running. Ah, okay. ¿Está pasando el video ahora? Ah.
I think we're seeing the video, but the people on the live stream aren't. So maybe we'll try some. I mean, we'll just send them the link to the video later and just go through the activities ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to start kind of walking through, reminding everybody what we did this week?
Okay, sure. So we started the week with the opening session. It was a way to invite all of you to this MOOC. We have reached the number of 1,000 students and participants. So thanks for joining in, and we're very glad to be in this adventure. Remember that on top of the Moodle, when you go into the course, you have the technical support forum, and please use this forum to ask all your technical questions. If you use other forums and other tools, then the questions get lost, and it's difficult for us to answer them. You can also find the syllabus on top of the welcome section, and a wiki we created so that you can share resources. Like we asked you to create your own design studio journal. We as facilitators have also a course journal. So we try to more or less daily provide some feedback for how the course is going. And also for the Greek participants, you have a Greek forum to share specific comments in Greek. So this first week we call it Initiate. It was a warming up session, just and a set of activities to help you get started with the Learning Design Studio approach, and also for the MOOC. So you started the week with the opening session. I hope you also answered the pre-survey questionnaire and putting your pin in the Google Maps. The map is really impressive, so I invite you to go and check it out, really. You also have the forum for the initial thoughts. Most of you have been using it. Don't hesitate to go ahead and comment in this forum or other more thematic forums. For example, Yeshai opened the forum about craft and design, and there are so many interesting conversations there. Then as the second activity, you were supposed to set up your design studio journal, and you did, and it's nice to see that there are so many types of journals. Most of you use the ILDE environment, but there's some ones that use also Pinterest or their own blog, also Google Docs. So any type of way or format that you enjoy and you wish to use to follow this journal is great. Just remember to share it with us so that everybody can comment on it. And then you were asked to write about your dream bazaar, your educational challenge. Remember that this is a course about learning design, so you're gonna do a set of tasks to design an ICT-based learning activity. In this sense, it is very important, as we said on the course. Oh, hi, Davinia. Just let me finish, and then I'll go with you. Thank you. So remember that with the challenge and your dream, you will have to create a learning activity to solve this challenge. So a good way of, a good set of words to remember is that these need to be specific dreams and specific challenges, that you need to be able to measure them They have to be achievable, also relevant and time-bound. So we're not designing a whole course, we're just designing a learning activity. So remember these 5 words, we will just put them into the Moodle as well as a set of criteria to evaluate your dream, because next week we will start the investigation process to move on with the design. And then you also have activity 4, which is the brainstorming and about ICT. And please go check this activity. There are so many posts already there, but we invite you to keep working and joining and participating. And we are for now at the last activity of this week. It's the convergence session in Google Hangouts. So I'm just going to pass it to Davinia. She's from the UPF. She's part of the METIS project. And they had, thankfully, and thanks for letting us use the ILD environment for this course. So please.
Can I just interrupt 1 second before pass it on to Davinia? Because we were hoping to have some of the participants with us in this session, and I think there was some confusion with the invitations. So let's try to kind of be spontaneous, and if someone wants to join us in the discussion here on the live video feed, if they can just post their Google name in the chat or in Twitter, and so we can invite them into the session.
Yes, and they can also use the Q&A tool if they want to give us if you want to participate in the session, please send us your Gmail username and you can be part of it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So hello also from Barcelona. And it's a pleasure for me to join this session this week. I hope that everything is going well with your MOOC and with the activity of the participants within the MOOC. It's also a pleasure for the METIS project that you are using the ILD. As you know, because you have already been using it this week, it's an integrated environment providing a set of tools for learning design at the level of conceptualization, but also authoring and implementation into learning management systems or virtual learning environments. You will be using mostly the conceptualization tools and other templates being proposed by the hands-on MOOC. And also happy to answer any question that you may have about the ILD in the chat or any of you participating in the Hangout. I don't know if I need to say anything else about the ILD. Already said, an integrated environment for learning design with multiple tools. Of course, not all of them are necessary when you are creating your own learning design project. You can select which one to use. But there are proposing different ways of thinking about design, as you are already experiencing in your MOOC activities. It's also somehow a social network in the sense that you can explore what other members of the community are doing within the platform. You can duplicate and reuse documents, learning design solutions created by other members of the community. And I hope that now that you have been using the system environment for the first time this week, you are already more familiar without the features, without the different functionality, and it will be more and more easy to use for you also in the coming activities next week.
Thank you, Davinia. I don't know, there have been some specific issues with the LDI, but ILD, I don't know how do you pronounce it, ILDE or
ILDE? We have different pronunciations, style for the pronunciation. Yes, for example, I think one of the clarifications that may be done when looking at the issues that participants had this week is that there are 3 different ways of accessing a design. First of all, you have, when you create a design, you have editing rights. So you can modify, you can create, author, edit the design. Only when you share it with others with these editing rights others will be able to also modify and edit that design. If not, by default, all the learning design solutions are shared with the rest of the people registered in the ILD, or with all the members of the community. And all of them will be able to add comments to discuss about this design in the info and comment tab that is provided for every learning design solution. So these different modes, editing and view. And then you can also publish the design. From the view mode, let's say, you have the option of publishing the design. When you publish a design, then you get an unique internet address, a unique location that you can use outside the system, outside the environment. This is meant, for example, if you want to share it with others by email, others not having access, not being registered in the ILD, or if you want to share it with your students in the Moodle or whatever. This is meant for these purposes. This is why from this link you cannot comment or not modify or whatever. So only the people registered in the ILD within the community have access to the designs by default with view rights, and they, within the system, within the environment, can comment the solutions, the learning design solutions. I don't know if this is somehow summarizing the issues that some participants had this week with these features of the ILD.
Yes, thank you. I think that sometimes we forget to publish, so we send the link. People are sharing the links without going through the publishing part, and also something that Yeshai has insisted as well is on the using tags. So if you go and tell us a little bit about the tags and how they are used.
Yes, it's what I mentioned before. So you have within the view mode, that is the mode that you get automatically when you click on a design, not on editing the design, but on the design itself. Then you get a tab that is comments and info. The recommendation is that it is when you are sharing links to designs with other members of the community, that is people that have registered in the ILD, it's better to share not the the link resulting from publishing, but the link that you can copy when you have the view, not the editing, but the view mode of the design, of the learning design solution. Therefore, this link is going. It's automatically leading to the ILD site where people can comment and edit. If you publish it, of course, the link that you get is leading you to the clean document, the clean design, so that everybody outside the ILD can see, can read it. And there is no ILD feature, there is no comments, etc. Does this make sense?
Yes, there is just a question on it says, hello everyone, what are we supposed to do with the license on ILD?
The license, yes. Before publishing a design, that is, again, when you want to use it outside the platform with your students or share with people outside the environment, you can select a Creative Commons license. So the platform is supporting users, designers, teachers to associate a specific Creative Commons license to the LDs, to the learning design solution, so that when you publish the design for its use, then you get the content of the design and also the Creative Commons license that you selected for it.
Okay. Thank you, Davinia. I don't know, Yishai, do you have any other question for Davinia?
No, I think well.
Ask me any question you want.
I think all the questions I have for Davinia, she knows them, and I think we're actually learning a lot about the ILD through this pilot as well. So I'm sure that also if people have some specific feedback on things that they think could be done better, or additional features they'd like to see, or etc., then of course I think, and Davina's nodding, so I think she agreed that she'll be very happy to get that feedback, and hopefully by pilot 3, you'll see a new and improved LTE. But maybe we could just have a look at some of the dreams that people have been posting on LDE, so that kind of gives us an idea, and then we can also look at some, for instance, about the commenting and so on. So actually, I just wanted to, Muriel, you mentioned the map, and it's really nice to see. Although I think there are some people here in the Arctic Ocean, but I suspect they're actually from Greece. So and also somebody from here in Greenland, but also I think that is from Greece. But then you see we have two people at least in South America and South Africa and Canada. So really a very interesting spread across the globe. What I'd like to see is show you is, for instance, this is so this is one of the dreams that was posted, right? And it's quite short, right? So I'm sure they would improve it, add more content. Thomas would add more content, but I think what I'd like to show is that it's very clearly defined. First of all, the context. So he's a primary teacher. He's already using software. He makes videos and uses Skypes and so on. So that gives us kind of a sense of the environment in which he's working. And the challenge, again, this is fairly specific. We've constructed a lesson site at Weebly, and I know students follow. I hope to be able to learn to use more interactive activities to enhance their study skills, right? And a focus on asynchronous learning, and to facilitate personal learning styles and language acquisition. So even this is a bit wide, but still, it's I would say, I think we can get a pretty good idea of what he's trying to achieve, and that's the kind of thing we're looking for in these dreams. Now, if you want to see how to comment, and that's what Davina mentioned earlier, so there's an info and comments tab, and if you click that, for some reason it's taking some time now, but there you see, so here there's a comment from Milena from Greece. I like your dream proposal very much. I would also like to implement these concepts. And that's a very good thing, already finding links between, if you comment on somebody else's dream and you say, oh, I think there's some similarity with my dream, then maybe then Thomas will then go and look at your dream and comment back, right? So that's a good thing to find these links, and that's also why we want to have the tags, because using the tags you can find other people who are working on similar projects, comment on their project and get feedback from them. And so, and if we go back to the LDS itself, the dream itself, then you see there's the public link here. So that shows us that Thomas had clicked the publish button, so that it's possible to view this even without logging into ILD. So this is again another example. And again, a very clear, works at the junior high school in Crete, and learning students with disabilities, so dyslexia, Asperger's syndrome, and that's again, so that's good, because we know that some of the solutions that might work for other students won't work for these students, right? So it's good to be to really have a well-defined. We're talking in junior high school in Crete. What we don't know from the context here is how much technology you have at school, but it says, well, the ICT is used in my school, so we don't know exactly what kinds of ICT, but we know that it's already used. I think you mentioned, internet, interactive boards, so it gives us a sense of what the resources are that are at your disposal. There was one other one that I wanted to show. Yeah, this one I really like the picture. I think the challenge in this one still needs some unpacking, but there's something about a picture that, they say a picture is worth more than 1,000 words, and I think that you can really see from this picture what learn a lot about the context that this teacher is working in, right? And that's again, that's clearly very different in the context of other teachers. So I think, again, if you can add images, maybe even videos to your dreams, that will help other people get a sense of what kind of environment you're working in, and what are the challenges that you're facing. I also wanted to have a quick look at the forum. Now you can see, the forum is becoming quite messy because, for instance, people sort of open a new thread, hello to everyone, and that creates a lot of threads. And actually, it would be better to kind of keep things in their place. So under learning designs, studio journals, just keep conversation about the journals. Under initial thoughts, just responses to the introduction session. How do I publish a link? That's obviously something that should be in the technical support forum. So I think next week we'll be quite maybe more strict about getting you to posting in the right forums. And just a quick look at this is actually somebody from posted a message in the initial thoughts discussion and raise the issue of craft versus design. So I thought that's a good question. I'll float it up, and some of the people have responded to this, and I think that there is an interesting conversation building up here. So you might want to join this conversation and have read through your peers' comments and have your say as well. So those are just kind of a few quick things that I wanted to show. I don't know if anybody else maybe wants to show anything that caught your eye throughout this week.
I think Gemma wanted to mention something. She just posted a message about the dreams. Sorry. Commenting on the tags. So maybe you want to comment a little bit on your post so that people can go and check the different dreams by tags.
Perfect. Yes, I've been in different dreams today, and then I've been also comment the dreams. I think it's very interesting to go on looking at the dreams that you all publish, and you can comment. And also I recommend you to tag your dream, because then it's easier for the others to find a dream that is similar to yours. For example, if you are working in a dream that is related with maths, you can put a tag in your dream saying mathematicals or math, and then others that are working also in maths can find your dream very easily. So I recommend to put as many tags as possible for others to find your dream easily.
Gemma, do you want to comment as well on the badges that we're introducing today?
Yes, as you know, in this course we are going to certificate that you do the course using the badges. The badges are certification that we are going to use for certificate that you do the activities of the course. So if you complete all the activities of the week, you are going to receive one badge. But I want to share my screen to show how to do that. 1 moment. Here. Now I think you can see my screen. I'm in the Moodle, and as you can see, all the activities have a checkbox on your right, and you can check manually all the checkboxes to indicate that you have done this activity. No? You cannot see my screen? Oh, sorry. I try again to share my screen. Okay. Vale. I try again. Now it's correct? Yes? Okay. Then if you go to Moodle, you find that there's a checkbox associated to each activity. You can activate this checkbox manually. So that's a way you indicate that you have done this activity. So when all the activities of first week are done, then you will receive by email confirmation that you are initiate designer, and you can see your badge that recognize that you have done these activities in your profile, the Moodle profile. So when you do the activity related with the investigate, you will earn another badge that is for certificate that you are an investigator, and then another one for the inspire, another one for prototype, and last the evaluate and reflect badge. If you have the 5 badges, you will earn also the global badge that is the designer one. If you will find also that there's a checkbox that is related with the forums. This one is not manually possible to activate because this is a automatical. The system recognizes automatically if you have participated in the forum, and then the system checks the checkbox. So perhaps when you access to your Moodle, you will find that there is a checkbox that is already checked. But if you have any problems with the badges, you can ask us about it in the technical support forum, and we will answer quickly. There's another thing about the badges that is important to know is that the system here in Moodle is related with the open badges of Mozilla. That means that if you want to have all these badges from this course Moodle in your backpack of Mozilla, you can do that. But we can talk about that, how to do that in the technical support, because I think is a lot of information for explaining here.
So we will send you an email about this, an announcement on the Moodle, so you can check your activities that you have completed and get a badge for this first week, and also by the end of the course as well. I don't know, Davinia, there is a question. Maybe do you want to answer it before we move on?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but I just read it. And so the question is, once, as I understand it, once you have submitted a comment to a collegial list journal or dream, can you edit it? Or can you? The thing is that once you comment and send it around, then you cannot edit it, but you can always send new comment. It's more a discussion line of comments than full-fledged comment by itself, the way it has been designed. So the answer is that once you write a comment and send it to the platform associated to the design, then you cannot edit it, but you can always send more comments.
Yes. Thank you, Davina. If they want more clarification, they can always use the technical forum on the Moodle or ask the question again. Also, there is a question about the due date for the activities of each week. So there is not a specific due date, but we suggest that you follow the course by doing an activity each day. Of course, it's also self-paced, so you can do the course however you want, but if you want to participate on the forums, provide feedback to your colleagues, and be part of the peer review, we advise you to do the activities as we have defined them. I saw also another question. Oh, the badge. With the badges, we will send we will send an email and announcement to the Moodle, but the badges is that to earn each week's badges, you need to check that you have completed the activities on the Moodle, and then automatically you will receive a badge. Okay. No. So I think there are no more questions. No. See? No. Please repeat. Yes, there are many of you that are Greeks. Carlos, do you want to say anything about the technical issues that people have encountered and how to solve the main ones? Or
no. Well, basically, sometimes the comments are duplicated. Like sometimes you make the questions twice. So some of the questions, like for example, how can I make a link to my work, are already responded in the forum. So yeah, it's just the first weekend. In these forums, they are a bit like a mess. But before making a question, try to look at the forum, because very probably the question is already responded in the forum. That's all.
thank you, Carlos. There is a question that what do you say we should send them to who? Can you provide some more details on the question, because I'm unsure on how to answer this. So I'm also going to share my screen, and then so we advise you also to use the Twitter. We have a Twitter for hands-on, and today we've tweeted the story file, so we'll see a little summary of this week's question. Pots veure, no, la meva pantalla? Davinia, do you see my screen?
No.
No.
Your screen. I'm just reading a question that Yishai has posted in the group, and probably I can comment this someone. But now you're sharing your screen, so continue and then I comment on these questions.
No, please do.
Okay, so someone is asking about the ILDs license. So now I understand. It's not the license for the LDs, but for the system, for the environment itself. Yes, is distributed using an open source license, the ILD, but you have to remember that the ILD is integrating a set of system learning design tools. So probably, or the thing is that each of the tools may use different license, but they are all open source licenses. You can get all the information in the link about the ILD, which is ild.upf.edu then you about. Then you will get some basic information about the ILD, and also a link to the GitHub repository that is containing the source code and also information about the license. Okay, so the license is information about the license is in the GitHub repository that we established for the ILD. Okay, but open source.
Thank you, Davinia. So I was just, if you follow and if you have a Twitter account, please do follow us. We have been tweeting for this week's activities, and we have also created a Storyfy, which is just some flash outs of the main activities, the opening session, some thoughts by some of the participants, also a URL to the map. So please follow and see what's happening and what's going on the Alts MOOC, sorry, hands-on MOOC. And I also wanted to show something else. Also, you have the brainstorming about ICT and education that I was mentioning earlier. This is activity 4, and please do participate with your thoughts. We do have a lot of contributions, but we will wait a little bit for more contributions before analyzing all your feedback and comments. Okay, so now I'm gonna. Okay, yes. So I think we've covered most of the things we wanted to go through. We want to remind you that to provide peer feedback, there won't be a formal evaluation for this course. So you will have to count on your peers, and we also are commenting on your activities and contributions. But you will have badges if you complete all the week's activities. So please go into the Moodle, follow the activities, and check the completion of them to ensure that you get the badge. There is no specific due dates, but we suggest or we advise that you follow the course by its pace. So every day you participate a little bit. Otherwise, it might be a little bit overwhelming to join. So yes, Yisha is reminding me to please provide feedback to others and do peer review. So if you go into two dreams or two journals and provide feedback to two dreams and two journals, you will also get feedback, and that will be much more enriching and powerful than only us facilitators providing feedback, because we all come from different backgrounds and have different experiences, so we can all bring our own expertise and experience. So also participate on the brainstorming tool and use the forums for each purposes. So if you have a technical question, you have the technical forum. And also we will send you after today's session a survey, a short evaluation of this first week and how it has gone, so that we can learn from your feedback and improve the next week's activities. Okay, so the question about the badges, it's automatic. If you go to the Moodle and you check that you've done all the activities of the week, you will automatically receive the badge and do peer review. So if you go into two dreams or two journals and provide feedback to two dreams and two journals, you will also get feedback, and that will be much more teaching and Hello, can you hear me? I see that we have a participant here. Do you want to introduce yourself? The brainstorming tool and use the... You have a technical question, you have the technical...
Ahora, doctor Eloy.
Can you hear us? We will send you
Hello.
a survey, short evaluation. Okay. Oh, well. We will learn from this as well, and maybe next week. So also this week we invited some participants to join us and be here so that we can ask questions and we can provide feedback in an easier way than on the Q&A part. So please use any channels that you have to interact with us and also with your peers. So before you end the week, please remember to complete all the activities of the first week and check them on the Moodle. Answer the pre-survey if you haven't done so, and also answer the feedback survey for this week's evaluation. And next week we're going to start with the second part. It's the investigate. And we will start working on personas and the...
No pueden invitar a más gente. Ya está. No invitéis a nadie más.
Okay. Sorry, we had two micros open and it was a little bit messy. So just covering next week's task. It's about investigation. It's about how to analyze or get to know your users and their context. And we are very excited to start the second stage of the Learning Design Studio, and we hope you will join us for that. So if you don't have any more questions, we're going to leave it here for today. We'll send you some announcements for the badges, and we'll just meet again next week. Okay. Oh, hi. We have another. Can you say hi? Do you want to open your micro? We don't hear.
It's hung. Oh, it's not working. going on?
Now it's working. Can you speak a little bit louder?
Okay, just 1 second. Eh? What's going on?
Hi, welcome to the Hangout session. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you hear me now?
Yes, very well. Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want to say your name and what?
But I'm gonna be brief because I heard that you were going to say goodbye to everyone. So.
Oh, but please do introduce yourself now that we have managed to have a participant. Go ahead.
Okay, well, my computer seems that it's not working. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I don't see you, but I can hear you, so that's enough.
Okay.
I'm Aida. I'm from Igualada, which is in Catalonia, and I'm teaching on the primary school, and I already finished a CLIL course. So I see this MOOC course as a step further. Oops.
Which course did you finish?
CLIL, well, it's Content Language Integrated Learning.
Okay.
It's how to teach subjects, but not English subjects, but in English language.
Okay.
Using ICTs and this kind of things.
So have you been doing this week's activities?
Well, I had to do it very quickly this morning because I already finished the course yesterday. So I swapped the two courses. Hope to have more time the next week. There's something wrong in my computer. I don't know if you hear me. Sorry.
No, we see you fine and we can hear you well.
Okay, so it's my computer or my.
Okay.
No, that's all. I think it's my first Hangout.
Oh, now it's gone. Okay. Well, we're so happy that a participant joined us and she introduced herself. I hope some of you might join us next week again and talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye.